Where did I get all of this stuff? It is time to organize and, more importantly, downsize. Stick with me. Like I said, guys, it is time to organize and, specifically for me, downsize. And I don't mean all the containers. I put a lot of that stuff back in the boat. The main one I wanted to downsize is right here on my milk crate. I like to put this beside me on the deck of the boat, so I've got some lures there. I use this in my two-man. I'm going out fishing, bank fishing somewhere, I can carry it along. Same thing the kayak guys use. Difference being, this is not square. This one's rectangular, and by being rectangular, it holds a 3700 size box. So I really like this, but I've had this crowded full of everything I thought I needed for the day. And they were so tight in here, I had a hard time getting them out. Or more importantly, when I got it out, is trying to stuff it back down in. This I need to downsize. And I think the key to that is we don't need everything we think we need. Now, I'm going to start with this one. And you won't find this probably at a sporting goods store. This is a Plano number 5324. It's a 24 compartment organizer. I found mine a year ago at a Menards, which is a home improvement store like a Lowe's or a Home Depot. I did find it on Amazon. There will be a link down in the description where you can get it. I'll tell you, it is an Amazon affiliate link, but it's less than $8 for this. And I love this deal. I have two of these. I had one strictly for crankbaits, another one strictly for all my topwater. This is where I'm going to downsize little. Let me show you why I like this container. It's 24 compartments, but none of the dividers move. It's a solid 24. You can't change anything. I like that because I am sick and tired of reaching for a crankbait and finding the hook stuck underneath one of the dividers, and I can't get it out, or I got to pull the divider out and I got to put it all back together. I hate that. Just bugs me. I do not like hook covers. I do not like rubber bands to hold my hooks together. When I'm ready for a lure, I want to open the box, I'm going to grab a lure, and I got my next lure and I'm ready to go. I don't want that. I put it back, reach in another compartment, and grab another. They're not tangled up. I have no keepers. There are protectors to take off of them, and they didn't get hooked underneath one of the dividers. I love this. Plano 5324. As I said, there'll be a link down below. Best thing I think I ever bought. And a lot less than I've spent for others that I thought were going to be good and weren't. Here's the key to my downsizing. I had two of these in here. One for strictly all my topwater stuff. One strictly for all of my crankbaits. All right, that's going to change. Right now, this has got, I'm going to pick out three crankbaits. I like black and chartreuse. Black and chartreuse, one of my favorite colors. I like a bluegill pattern. One of my favorite colors. And for me, I also like a blue and a chartreuse. That's the main three colors I'm keeping in here. I'm keeping those three. Each one, this is the S-crank style I paint. One of each of those. This is the Spro's Little John style I paint. One of each of those. And I'll keep in one each of a 1.5. I've got these in a 2.5. But you know what? A 2.5 is going to do about the same as this. Pretty close. So they're going to be off in another box. That now leaves me room to throw in 5 or 6 other crankbaits, such as just weeks ago I painted the melon craw. I really want to get out and use that. Fine, I'll stick one of these in here. Got a crawdad one. Got one of those in. I can stick, like I said, 5, 6, 7 of those in. I got enough room for a few lipless crankbaits, just a couple. And then at the end, the last 2 rows is strictly, there's my topwater. I'm still using the bills, so I got a wake bait. I got some poppers. Nice thing about frogs, they don't hook together. I can put 2 frogs in each one of these compartments. So what I've done is where I had 2 of these, now I got 1. And I'll still catch a fish. I don't need all those others. You think you do, but sometimes you really got to have that stuff. So there's one compartment. The next big one is, this is a 1 unit box. There's just only one one opening inside here, and it's a 3-inch thick. The reason I did this one box will cover my chatterbaits and it covers my jigs. Here is, the container holds 6 different chatterbaits. There's another one holds 6 more. I've actually got 12 chatterbaits in here. Doubt I need that many. And then on the side, I've got 2 of these, and each one of these holds 5 jigs. So in this one 3-inch thick box, I'm holding 10 jigs, 12 chatterbaits, and I got room for some soft plastics, for some trailers. So that covers me everything I need for that. Now I got the 2 small boxes. Here's my plastic worms. I've got any kind of hook I'm going to use. I've got some weighted hooks over here. I've got bobber stops. I've got the bullet weights if I need those. One thing I do like to use with worms sometimes is, get one out here where I can get to it. This is a bullet weight with a skirt on it. So I've got a 3/8 ounce bullet weight that'll slide up and down, or I can peg it whatever I want, and it's got a skirt. So I actually fish a skirted worm. As I said, bobber stop, anything I need for plastic worms, it's in these 2 small containers, and they fit on the end. And that leaves me one left, and this is strictly a 1 unit again, soft plastics. That's all that's in here is bags and bags of soft plastics. Whether there's probably going to be more worms in here than anything else, because I got 5 or 6 bags in here that's going to cover me for the jigs and the chatterbaits. So I really don't need that many more of those. So this will be my worms. Any other soft plastics I need, wacky worms, stuff like that, you go through a ton of them. And I find that's usually what I need or what I want to go to, so that's what I'm going to put in here. Now there's a lot of other things. I got smaller ones for, here's umbrella rigs, here's nothing but jerk baits, and I got some other containers down in the storage compartment. I need to switch to something like that, I can always go get them. But for everyday storage, I've got my crankbaits, I got my topwater, I got my chatterbaits, I got my jigs, I got all the soft plastics I'm going to need, and I got all the hooks, weights, and everything I'm going to need for my plastic worms. If I can't catch a fish with that, I ought to quit fishing. That's just simple as that. But the key is for me, make this thing easier to work with, downsize a little. Do you need to take 24 crankbaits along? No. And even at this, I'm still taking over a dozen, and I don't really need a dozen. But I got room for them in here and still carry something else at the same time. So I'm able to downsize. Basically, I'm downsizing from carrying 24 crankbaits right next to me down to 12. That's still going to be all I'm going to need. But that's it for me. Downsize, organize, and get ready to hit the lakes. Thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.